Alright guys, and welcome back to some more Mega Man. I didn't abandon the game, I just took some time to record some extra parts just for this kind of a creative reason I wanted to do instead. I'm a big fan of channels like Brainscotch commentaries that do this kind of thing. And for this episode, the next two episodes, I wanted to kind of talk to somebody while we look at these parts, someone else who has also played these games in their childhood, a fellow content creator, CurlyHairedHero.
Hey everyone, I'm CurlyHairedHero.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Yeah, you know, it's pretty obvious, at least at this point. I don't know if people in the future are going to look at my playlist of the game and be like, oh, cool, he did Mega Man, you know, because not a lot of people are kind of into this game, and I kind of understand why I'm going through it. Like, as a Let's Play, like, as a kid playing this game, I love the action, I love the combat, I love the chips, and the epic bosses and all that stuff, but as far as the story in this game, it's not as interesting as I assumed it was. Like, it seemed epic as a kid, but like, as a Let's Play, like, do you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree. To be honest, I actually had to replay this game over because the story, I didn't even, like, remember it whatsoever. What happens at all.
Neither did I. All I remember was the cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But once I played it and I'm like reading the dialogue and you know, kind of like giving the characters voices and all the other stuff I'm trying to do, you know, like, God, I forgot all about the backtracking. I forgot all about the going back to get like certain things. Like they send you on quests mainly to try to draw out the game's completion time. You know, and but other than that, this episode is particularly more story focused. In this one, we have a meeting now where we're talking about what we're up against, and oh God, I talked about it before in the playthrough where this game, as I remember it, mainly has to do with cybercrime, cyber criminals, and like everything is made out of the internet. Like the fucking zoo, all the animals have chips in their brains. Yeah. And they're all controlled by computers, but like, what if a criminal hacks into our zoo and makes all the animals kill everybody? Oh, well, no, shut up. It's fine. And no, it wasn't fine, and we had to solve every problem.
Yep, and that's how you get 6 games out of a series.
Yeah, God. Man, you know, and like the whole thing. But all right, we should talk about this. You know, if we talk too much now, we're going to run out of shit to talk about in the next part. But basically, Alpha, God, I forget where we are in this dialogue. But let's see. Alpha needs to be protected. Why? Well, because he's super powerful. We come to find out that Alpha was created by the Science Lab scientists in the past, and Alpha is now in the hands of the World 3. Which, did you even know they were called World 3?
No.
Some Call Me John looked it up in his review of Network Transmission, and he said, "Oh, well, they're called World 3." I always called them WWW as a kid, because that's who they were, and you know.
Yeah, me
and
too.
then in the playthrough, I'm getting tired of saying WWW, so I just say W3, I think, or Triple W, I think I said.
Yeah.
And
Triple W.
But yeah, apparently Alpha was something they wanted to create to run the internet or something, and he, for some reason, when they created Alpha, he had a mind of his own. He started to take control of his own actions there, and Science Lab's like, what was he doing? We didn't tell him to do that, and so they had to lock him up.
Yeah.
And that's particularly why, like, and you know how the military's like, yeah, something's going on, Alpha's about to be, you know, Alpha's in the hands of the World 3. They're going to ruin the internet. They're going to try to destroy everybody. And they bring the tanks out. To, like, this is a threat going on the internet, and you're afraid that shit's going to, like, it's going to hack everything and ruin the world. And you send out tanks out there. So what do you think might happen? Oh my God, there's the scene. So Lan, everybody else runs off, and Lan is going to solve everything. Why? Well, because he's the champion. or whatever. He was the hero in the past 2 games. And yeah, the tank shoots at him and he's dancing around. And recording this, I was like, oh my god, no wonder a lot of people are like, the story, eh. Like I said, we were talking about this before we recorded, but yeah, I forgot all about the story. All I remember was the cool stuff, and I wanted to share that with people. And holy shit. So we just kind of juked the tank, and now we're rejecting, and look at this.
You juked it twice.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, the first one was just dodging. We just kept dancing. It was really weird. Really awkward to record and see that, but yeah, no. So yeah, a Navi isn't controlling the tanks. These things are. I don't know what the hell these things are, but yeah, they're. God, you know, fuck. How does this shit happen? Maybe if we don't have everything run through the internet, maybe this stuff wouldn't happen. But yeah, these enemies are definitely unique. They regen, which is new to me. I forgot all about these things, and like that they could regen.
And it's not even like just regen; they regen constantly. Yeah,
it's a rapid like pace. I still don't quite understand, but they're not very hard. I don't know, back in the day when the chip system, I never really cared about the codes. I just always put the cool chips in. I would just patiently wait for the meter to fill to use more. And some of them are way powerful than others, but they have a really awkward or weird code where you can't match them with a lot of things except with like asterisk chips.
Right.
But, you know, but for a playthrough, I thought, I might as well take this seriously and make it work. And so far, like, the whole thing of Mega Man turning into different, like, forms to do different attacks, like, the flamethrower has been great for me, and whenever it suggests a different, like, type of thing, I'm like, nah, it's fine. Flamethrower's been working fine for me.
I'm actually surprised you haven't gotten the ground style, because that's exclusive to white version.
Yeah, I think I did get it, and I said nah. Okay. I forget if I got it during these parts. I don't think I did. But I remember it happened, and I forget if I edited it out or not. But yeah, that did come up. I beat it some. I think it came up in one of the past parts.
Possibly.
Yeah, it was like you could ground pound in front of you, but it's whatever. Yeah, those things were called alpha bugs. Apparently, they knew about them, but they didn't mention it. Because that would make the science lab fucking even more of a embarrassment.
More than they already are.
Oh my god, this is so bad. How could this have happened?
I mean, it's cool because, you know, they got a bunch of like 12-year-olds helping them out. So,
oh my god, yeah. Although that's not really like, you know, in Pokemon, Ash saves the day and everything.
Yeah.
So that's not too weird.
I guess.
You know, and Yu-Gi-Oh too. Like there was the one thing where the military was trying to fight darts, but then they're like, "Oh no!" Like, no, we will defeat him. And they're like, "What? Cards? Okay." And they completely, they just let him have it.
I had totally forgot about that actually. Oh my god,
that's the best. Yeah, like a lot of anime does that, and it's fine. You know.
But it was different in Yu-Gi-Oh because they had like a whole fleet of like jets and tanks and stuff.
Yeah. No, I remember specifically all the ships. All the Navy ships, and they were talking to a Navy general, and he's like, a card game? What? Okay, fine. You go ahead.
Oh, God.
Alpha with all this power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's wrong, Mom? I'm busy saving the world. It's your dad. What happened?
All right, he was in the hospital.
Yeah, and he's disappeared.
Right, because of the incident with Heat Man, right?
Yeah, like he stayed behind, and he inhaled too much smoke.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. The mom's freaking out. Yeah, you know, I think, I don't know, I believe I went to his office first before this, and it didn't give me a prompt, but it's understandable. Because, like, where else could he have gone? Maybe in his office at Science Lab, where it all started. But no. But no, we'll just chill, let's hang out with our mom and just see what's going on, calm her down. Yeah. We have no clue where he'd be. There's some sort of clue. Like, even if somebody hasn't played this game before, you would assume he would be in his office.
Right, trying to help someone out.
And also, we need to give him this aspirin.
You know, it's really funny because, as you found right here, he leaves you an envelope that tells you where to go and
Yeah,
stuff.
she didn't even look. Yeah, no, it was funny. I didn't even have to edit there. I just assumed it would be on the bed.
Right.
And it was right there. But yeah, I have to search for Alpha. Sorry for worrying you. Dad, in his condition? We have to find him. But where did he go? Wait, didn't we already get the ID? No, maybe...
Yeah, you did. He just ignored it.
And he still asked that?
Yeah.
That's surprising to me.
But it's just really odd how your dad has to leave you a note, even though he can just, communicate through...
Yeah, he could have sent us a message, an email. But I guess there was no time.
I guess.
There's, he's probably had that note ready to go before he had to get up.
All right.
But yeah, man, he in as much pain as he's going to imply that he is in a little bit, I'm surprised he walked his ass out of the hospital without anybody stopping him.
Yeah.
And went to the metro, rode the metro all the way up the stairs, or not stairs, there's an elevator. Oh no, there's stairs. There's stairs going up to the science lab. I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And he's up here. But yeah, so we realized something. Like, Science Lab created Alpha, and Alpha is a big problem. And Dad, what are you doing? Like, why are you risking your life right now? Oh, 20 years ago, there was a scientist who I respected deeply who created this thing. And it's my duty to do it. Well, why is it your problem?
Bum, bum, bum.
For me, it's not here yet. Like, recording these, I took the time for everyone else to read it.
Yeah.
He was my dad. He created Alpha. Gramps did? Oh, shit.
Doesn't their Lance's grandfather show up in one of the later games?
I think... Yeah, I do remember that scene. I forget it was at the end of this game or the end of some other games.
Yeah. Oh, well. I guess spoiler alert or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine, because they don't even know what Alpha even looks like.
Right, yeah.
So it's fine.
It's just really difficult. Like, I'm trying to, piece together all the different stories without, giving away, plot.
Yeah, little things like that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that took me by surprise, and people have already seen it, is when Lan calls Mega Man Hub.
Oh, yeah.
And when that came out of for me, it came out of nowhere, because I was like, oh, yeah. The beginning of the game didn't explain it, but he just says it without any context, as if I let's play the other two games, which
yeah.
I don't know. But like I said, I started with this game first, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I didn't go back.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, no, apparently Lan's dad made Mega Man for Lan specifically, and it's in memory of his little brother.
Right.
I think
he actually is his little brother, something like that.
No, yeah, it started to sound that way, like he was like the soul of his little brothers in Mega Man, but no, Mega Man's a completely different guy.
Oh, okay.
But he's just named after him. And I don't know, I guess the bond they have kind of creates this, I feel like your little brother.
Right.
Or whatever, because, Mega Man's always waking him up when he's oversleeping and shit. I don't know. He's just family, whatever. But yeah.
This happened in Mega Man 1. That's why I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
That was ages ago.
Right, yeah. Like I said, I was telling you before we recorded, I tried playing that game on my phone, and I got about halfway through it, but because you're playing a GBA emulator on your phone, the buttons aren't very responsive to your touchscreen. At least for me, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So this is our battle. We must fight for... You must do this, because you're the grandson of a guy who fucked up. That's what I'm getting from the story, but... and like I said, people who are big fans of this series, like I said, I love this series too, but, the kind of person I am, and like I said, I wanted to let's play this game, and I look at the story, and I can't help but go, oh my god, this is weird. Like all this stuff is just so funny to me.
Yeah,
And it's almost a little cliche a little bit.
Yeah, it's really cheesy.
Yeah. Like a lot of cliches in like RPGs, the hero is always somebody who has some relation to a guy who either sealed away a great evil and has to beat that great evil because it came back.
Yep.
Or something like that. He's like, oh, your grandfather sealed me away, so, now the son has to deal with it. So, yeah, we find out that the World 3 base is in a place called the Demon Waters, and it is a remote island, and it's got, like, I believe they said it had, like, high winds or whirlpools or something, and we need something to get there. And we find a boat. Well, it's the boat that belongs to the TV station, but apparently we can just use it. And he's like, oh, it needs a battery. Who do we know? And this took me a while to who would have a battery? Yeah, let's ask our rich friend here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh, okay, it's Yai, apparently. And also the cliche too is that the RPG hero. I don't know if it's always the young RPG hero, but he's always a dummy. Yeah. And the Yai is like, oh, what do you need the motor for, or the generator or whatever for the boat? And he's like, no reason. And she's like, it's for the World 3. You found where the World 3 base is, right? And he's like, what? I didn't say anything. She's like, I can tell, I can understand. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll provide you a motor for your boat, but I'm gonna come with you. And he goes, no, I don't want to risk my friend's life again for the third, fourth time, I forget. Like, that's the moral of the story, is that Lan is constantly screwing up and accidentally helping the villains.
Yeah.
Who we're seeing right here. Like, it's almost as if they're expecting,
Lan to help them.
Yeah, like expecting Lan to somehow get here, which we'll see later. But let's see, Lord Wily he's downloading alpha at the moment, so we're on a race against time, and we're in bed getting ready for the morning. But
taking a snap, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're just sleeping till the morning, but it can't be helped. We have to get that shit, the generator installed, or the motor installed into the boat. So that's gonna take a while. Yeah, it's getting hot. Yeah, like what? We're all rallying and everything. I don't understand. Apparently, Wily somehow brought everybody's navies back to life after they all exploded. But whatever, they're all back. We met Beastman, which should give us a hint that they're all back. Like when we went through the ranking trials, and the one hooded guy just happened to be Beastman.
Which is really interesting how they decided to use him there and not for like the final here against all these other guys.
Well, yeah, Wily says at the end of this conversation, I believe, they ask him, oh, what happened to what's his name? And he's like, I deleted him. So he just killed him?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if there are any like translation things like from Japan over here. Some games say the words. Oh no, in this game they do say the word kill.
Yeah.
And whatever. And it kind of surprised me because a year ago when I played Chrono X, the fan game for Mega Man Battle Network, which made people ask me to play the Battle Network games, I thought that game, like, it involved like suffocation and a lot. It was really a lot of lethal villains. But now I play this game and I remember the story. It refreshes the story to me. Like, oh, wait, no, they are intentionally trying to kill everyone.
Yeah, like I don't know if you remember the very first thing you do in the first Battle Network is stop your house from setting a fire.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's right. The villain, the fire villain from the first game, who comes back in this game. He came to our house as a fake repairman, just to install a virus in our oven.
Yep.
And they were looking for something, but either way, that's the whole other story of the other game. But basically, yeah, our house almost burnt down.
Yeah.
And killing viruses stopped the fire somehow, but it's whatever. Video games. Oh yeah, now this threw me off too, is that I forgot all about this. The dad now decides to use his PET to email us.
Yeah.
And he gives us the program Alpha. That sounds awesome. I don't know what it does, but I install it just in case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a really long piece. Like I had to
Yeah.
move stuff around, but it doesn't really say anything. I just installed it just to see what would happen, but no surprise there. Yai spilled the beans and said what we were doing to our friends, and Land's like, look, I have to go alone. I'm not gonna risk everyone's life again. And they're like, but we're your like friendship.
Yeah.
Like we're your friends. We'll always be there. But you'll see later how they convince half of them to stay behind. But Chad, I guess Chad either figured out what we were doing or Yai told him. It's kind of weird.
He might have already known since he works with like the officials or whatever.
Right. Like no one in this world, everything's run by electronics, and like the officials seem to know everything.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's whatever. So we're gonna like help you. Yeah, Yai's like, but I'm the top 8 though. And Meilu's like, all right, look, we'll stay behind. We don't have playable navies.
Yeah,
Sorry, in this game we don't have navies that actually work. Like I loved it how in the other games, I forget if it was 4 or 5. No, I think it was either 4 or 6. Roll, you can actually fight.
That was 4.
Yeah, you can actually fight roll.
Yeah, and you get her soul.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. We can. Oh yeah. That's another silly game, which I assumed that this game had the mechanics of 4, where you could choose a chip of an elemental thing and become that element. But no, in this game you have to kind of work for it.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's how I got the flamethrower, because I came up with the grass with the fire chip doubles damage. And eventually the game was like, hey, you want to become a flamethrower man? And I forgot all about that. But yeah, Tora, I don't know how, but he eavesdropped on us and was like, I'm coming too.
Mm-hmm.
So we arrive. Again, I forget if the game mentioned whirlpools or high winds. It's either one or the other. But we got there.
Safely.
We did it. Look at this. Look at this base. Like...
You would think with like all of the like advanced technology, they would have some satellites that would have been like, hey, that looks pretty
I know. How did this... Well, you know what? It isn't quite surprising, because they might have installed some program where they're not trackable.
I guess.
But like you saw the island, it's a living computer.
Yeah.
It's got little pipes and like cables sticking out of the whole island.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But yeah, like a new area, of course I look for like hidden items, whatever. There's a particular like thing you can jack in down here. I did try it. New areas will hide special items if you can, like the little blue data that only show up once in an area, and then if you collect it, that's it.
So I'm gonna assume you found an HP memory.
Probably. And a subchip merchant, which is useful. I actually did use some of the full energies, but I got no money. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I got collect. That later in the game, once I beat the final boss, I do plan on checking out a few after game areas. So, not collect, but there's another program somewhere that lets you collect more money.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna need.
Yeah, definitely.
Or I could learn how to use a Game Shark
with
this. I don't know how. Yeah, so that's garbage.
Yeah.
You think some company would track like where the garbage is coming from and find the place, but no, I guess there are no eco like supporters or whatever, like save the earth, because the whole earth is basically a giant computer
at this point
in this world. Yeah. So what the hell is this weird chair brain thing? I don't know. Let's just walk by it and just look around.
Just ignore it.
Yeah. So there's no place to jack in. Weird. Everything you could jack into. I don't understand this building, this base. How can you run a base like this and not jack into anything? This is unbelievable. It's blowing my mind.
I mean, they probably like suspected land was gonna come in, so they just put like some tape on the jack-in ports so you can't jack in.
little things, the little plugs that put in it.
Yeah,
they just don't quite know what the Wait, who's coming in? Oh, it's the mysterious guy who how are we not going to expect this guy to come into the story at some point?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's helped me many, many times. He's all the times I fucked up, he helped. He's the real hero, but I keep getting old. But no, he wants to stay secretive. And I don't know how he also got here. I guess he has a boat.
Yeah.
Too. It's really
don't.
weird when you think about all the stuff in these games. Like I said, like if I do all the other Battle Network games, I'm almost tempted to think about just showing off boss fights. Like that's it. Like part 1 is this boss, part 2 is this boss. Skip the whole story. Just go to the cool stuff.
Could always do like a boss rush.
Yeah, just a boss playthrough. Like all the cool bosses, maybe. But so guess what? Why can't you jack into anything? Well, because you have to sit in this chair and jack in yourself. What happens? Your brainwave enters the net and you have a new self. So, like, that sounds kind of awesome. It does, but there are viruses everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and he explains that when you die in the internet, you die in real life. So that's fair enough. Like, have we gone too far to invent something like that? Yeah. I think we have.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh man.
Oh my god, I will pulse into the cyber world. So it's not jack in, it's pulse in. And he's talking in his voice, we can hear him through the computers. Through the
speakers.
The speakers.
Yeah.
He really did it. So just like that, like I love how he doesn't have to go through a whole dungeon like we do. It's right there. It's right there by the entrance. So here's the thing too, is that we learn in this, because we're always talking over other stuff, but it's funner. It's a lot more fun this way. I keep saying funner. That's not a word. That's
Could
not
be if
a
you want it to be.
No, it's not. No, people are going to tell me it's not a word. I'm always going to be corrected. But yeah, Bass, he's cool. I like Bass. He's in this series. He's like very mysterious.
Yeah.
And he's always helping Wily, and we don't quite know why. We assume that he's his navvy, but like he can't be his navvy because he doesn't control his actions.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was created somehow, and we learn in this cutscene that Bass was created like to help Wily. Like he was created in wherever they call it, their own cyber science lab.
Yeah.
And like this is a scar that was inflicted on me by humans. Humans did this to me, so I hate humans.
I think if I remember correctly, when they built Alpha, Bass had something to do with that, so they had to delete Bass, which is what this is referring to.
Right. But he survived because he's a badass.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Can you fight Bass in the first 2 games at all?
He's the boss sort of the second game, but he's not in the first one.
When you say he's the sort of boss in second one, do you mean he's an optional boss, or do you just fight him for a second and then he like goes away?
I think you fight him. I think you fight him for like a quick battle, but then the real final boss is like his dog, which is like this really big dog thing. I don't know if you've ever seen it in the anime or in the show.
No, I don't remember.
It's just a really big dog that just walks around and shoots mouth kamehamehas or whatever.
Right. So yeah, so we learned that Cossack was the one that actually made Bass.
Right.
And he's like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? Bass is like, what are you gonna do, puny human? He's like, hey, we're in the internet. I'm not a human. I'm my superhuman. I'm a cyber guy, and I have powers too. And he fights Bass, and guess what happens? So yeah, so the other Navi that tried to fight Bass himself in the Undernet, I guess he was his Navi, Cossack.
Yeah.
Like he gave him that barrier, and it just barely worked to deflect Bass. But here's the thing: don't build a defense against something you want to kill. Build a great offense. Make a huge cannon.
Yeah.
But Bass is too powerful.
You fought base in this game already, right?
Yeah, and I got owned.
Yeah, yeah.
But you were supposed to get owned, so
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'm not going to go back and try to make myself look better. Because I was at low health anyway.
Yeah.
But that was funny, though. I thought that was a funny moment. But yeah, this video's almost over, but I hope you guys like this idea. If not, only one more video to go. But I like to do this more often with other people, depending on the game. So hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, we'll see you in the next part.
See you soon.